had a absolute barn burner in the first game. Crawford County was victorious over Clarksville, 46-41. It was an absolutely tight ball game the entire time. Crawford just couldn't quite pull ahead, and then Clarksville had a chance to cut it to almost tie it up, and then end up taking the lead. And then Crawford, man, it was just a fantastic fourth quarter. And Crawford County will advance to the sectional championship tomorrow night against the winner of this game. This game will be against Providence, Eastern versus Providence. Um, again, two similar teams. We'll see as far as coming into this game. Providence coming in at 12-8. Did get ranked here in that last poll. I think they were 12th in that last poll in the IBCA poll, coming in at 12-8. Winning two of their last three. Eastern coming in at 15-7. So two teams with decent records. Both teams play a pretty tough schedule against common opponents. It's been very, very close. Eastern beat a lot of the same teams that Providence beat. Can kind of stack them up against Crawford. Providence beat Crawford in double overtime. In double overtime. Eastern beat Crawford in the beginning of the year. Eastern beat North Harrison. Providence beat North Harrison. And again, go down pretty much the entire schedule, and just very similar results throughout the whole season. So this, again, should just be an absolutely fantastic matchup tonight for these two squads to see who's going to advance to Section 46 championship. Um, in for Providence, they are led by the senior Jada Kemp. She's averaging about 20 points a game. And again, if you've seen her, she can shoot it from anywhere, and she will shoot it from anywhere. She's one that we'll see what Coach Brewery's plan is to combat her tonight. I don't think you're going to keep her out of the scoreboard, out of the book, but what can you do to make sure everything that she's getting is tough and that she's not getting easy looks? And then she's followed up by, that's going to be Pierce. Let me double check her first name. I'm so sorry. That's Camden Pierce. Also, Kemp is just a junior. I'm sorry. Pierce is a senior. She's averaging about 10 points and about 5 rebounds a game. That's kind of their 1-2 punch. But like Eastern, they've got another couple girls that chip in. They got Theobald, who's averaging about 7.5 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. And then the freshman Carrillo, one of the freshman Carrillos, is averaging about 8 points a game. So, again, kind of similar as far as really kind of 4 primary scores. And you can even go to a fifth with the twin, I guess the other Carrillo, that's Jamila Carrillo, also averaging about 7 points a game. Again, it's going to be Providence does have 2 seniors. Eastern's bringing in with 5. I'm sorry, 3 seniors. Eastern's coming in with 5 seniors, a little bit more experience on the Eastern bench. Again, we'll see what this is going to look like. Eastern coming in tonight against 15-7. This past week, 2 nights ago, Eastern was led by Sydney Burton and sophomore Bailey Robbins. Then Addie Smith was right there next to Katie Hunter's right there next. That's been kind of the story all season long. As Eastern pretty much had 4 girls right around double figures pretty much every single game. Right now, taking a look at those totals for the Musketeers. And of all the days, my computer's going to freeze. There we go. Right now, you've got Sydney Burton averaging about 11 points and about 7 rebounds a game. You've got Addie Smith averaging just over 12 a game and about 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 or 4 steals. Hunter's averaging just under 9 a game, and then Robinson's averaging just about 8 a game. So 4 girls that I think it's one of those things. If we could get 4 girls in double figures, that says quite a bit about the distribution that we're getting, or the assist rates we're getting. If we get 4 double figures, that's probably indicative of the pace that we're hoping to play at. Eastern has played in that 50s and 60s pretty much all year, and I know you throw a little bit of that out the window come sectional time, but right now they're averaging about 53 points a game. Again, I think they like that in the 50s and 60s. They want to play with some pace. They want to see if that press can generate some offense for them. And Providence is about the exact same. They're going to try to see if they can speed you up. Right now they're averaging about 58 points a game. Again, they like to play at that same pace. Again, for Providence, a very guard-heavy team. They've got a lot of guards. The freshman Carrillo is inside, kind of lengthy, tall, but very lengthy. Really not looking to just post up inside. Whereas Eastern kind of the opposite. We've got some weapons. The other night I felt like both Eliza and City just had fantastic games inside, just stealing defenders and really getting to the glass. Eliza, I felt like just had a great job. Even if she didn't get the post up, that she was able to create lanes for some guards. And again, when she wants that rebound, she's going to go get it. Again, I think we're going to have a little bit of that tenacity tonight. I think that's going to be a huge stat at halftime or after the game is what that rebounding stat's going to be. Who's going to control that glass? Neither team with just an incredible amount of size. So again, this is going to be the fight of the guards. Which guards are going to come in there and get the rebounds? For Eastern, we've got a lot of guards averaging 3-4 rebounds. Who's it going to be that's going to step up and get 7 or 8 rebounds tonight? For the Musketeers, I think that's going to be telling for tonight. Again, both teams have played a lot of man here in the sectional. Eastern's they mix up their defense quite a bit. Providence played a lot of man throughout the year. They played a lot of zone. So see kind of what strategies that they're both going to employ tonight as they move into sectional play. Again, this is going to be for a ticket to the sectional championship against Crawford County. Again, the Crawford County team, Emery Stroud's just a fantastic player. So I think both these teams are going to be chomping at the bit to see if they can punch their ticket to the regional. Elsewhere in Southern Indiana, we got a lot of results in from the first game tonight. Browntown in the Austin sectional was victorious over Southwestern. I think we had Silver Creek won in their sectional. Let's see, down in the West Washington sectional, Gordon was victorious over Henryville. Orleans was victorious over Bar Reeves. So there's action pretty much all over Indiana. This is that time of the year that basketball fans just kind of perk up a little bit. You hear it all the time, but in every other state it's basketball, but in Indiana it's basketball. So it's just kind of the season that people get excited about. I know that there's just a full crowd here tonight. The band's rocking. You got music going, and you had the holdover from the first game that they're wanting to see who they're going to play. Meanwhile, you got a really nice Eastern crowd. You got a good Providence crowd. I'm sure it's going to be a loud atmosphere tonight for tonight's game. So again, just a great atmosphere for the girls, and I'm sure that they're going to enjoy every second of it. And see if they can kind of put some of that pressure away. You saw in the last game, maybe it was Providence the other night and was Eastern the other night, came out just a little bit timid. Providence in their game against Lanesville, again, just really kind of timid at start. Really, it took quite a while for them to get going. Lanesville kind of took them out of what they wanted to do. And then Eastern, kind of same way. Salem kind of hit through that first punch. And that first quarter was kind of like, okay, what's going to happen here? The Eastern really got to settle down and really start to play a much better basketball for the rest of that contest and come away with a 20-point win. Tonight, we'll see if those nerves are going to get the best of either team. For Providence, a little bit more youth. They are going to start a couple of upperclassmen within it. They're probably going to start a couple of freshmen. So can Eastern get to those freshmen? You're looking at 5 freshmen on the roster, a sophomore, and 5 juniors. You're seeing again some a little bit of inexperience, but Providence does have. They're going to start Pierce, I imagine, the senior, and then Theobald. I'm sure that she's going to be in the mix. We've got some seniors with some experience and some that had some success. Providence last year, they were defeated against the state championship in the sectional. Year before that, they were defeated by Austin. Year before that, they were defeated by Browntown. So it's been several years since they've been able to get a sectional championship. Eastern last year, same idea, gets to the final against Lanesville and played a really great first half and kind of let it fall in the second half. Got beat by Austin the year before. And then, again, 3 years ago, Providence was 2 quarters out. So I'm sure that both these teams are looking to get past all that and say who can punch their ticket to tomorrow night sectional 46 championship. I know that it's going to be just a fantastic game. I look forward to seeing the results here. I know it's going to be well officiated. 2 teams. It's not really a rivalry, but 2 teams that are going to come out and really fight tooth and nail until we get to the end. Again, just love to see the atmosphere for these girls. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break while they deal with the lineups and everything. We'll be right back. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball, Sectional 46, 97.9 WSLM.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium, and we're ready for the starting lineup for tonight's big game. The crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. The team is coming onto the court. Here comes the quarter pounder with cheese, along with the spicy McCrispy and the McDouble. And starting at center tonight will be the Big Mac. And ready to come into the game at any time is the Play of Fish. Look on the sideline, folks. We have chicken nuggets cheering along with the golden delicious fries. They're hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into McDonald's in Salem, West Baden, and Mitchell before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink and that one-of-a-kind Mickey D's sweet tea. Or hot or cold coffee drinks from the McCafe. Order inside or drive through now with the 2 lanes and use the mobile app for great deals. And get your food delivered at home or at the curbside. You can order at halftime and enjoy that one-of-a-kind taste without missing the next play. Set a ticket and roll on into McDonald's today. You'll be loving it too. Drive-thru open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And don't forget to catch WSLM's Coach's Corner live at McDonald's in Salem on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'm loving it. This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana.
It's Caleb again with John Jones Auto Group. 2026 is here, and with a new year comes a new you. New goals, new plans, and maybe a new ride. At John Jones Auto Group, we believe the vehicle you drive should match where you're headed next. Whether that's a dependable truck, a family SUV, or something that just makes getting behind the wheel feel exciting again. We're proud to serve Southern Indiana with locations in Salem, Scottsburg, Gordon, and Greenville. Make 2026 the year of the new you with a new ride from John Jones Auto Group. You see so many because they paid so little. And we're back here and ready for tip-off. It looks like for the Musketeers, they're going to go with Avery Smith, Addie Smith, Katie Honor, Sydney Burton, and Bailey Robbins. Same starters from before. For the Providence Pioneers, we've got Jada Kemp, Kate Camden Pierce, going to be Libby Philball, Jamina Carrillo, and Jamila Carrillo. The twin freshmen, I guess the sisters. And the tip is up, and it's going to be controlled by Eastern. Again, I don't know if you can hear in the background, but just an absolutely fantastic crowd, noisy crowd. Honor's going to get the ball in the corner inside to Avery Smith. She kind of tries to throw it to her sister, kind of errant. That's going to end up being a jump ball. That's going to give the ball to the Providence Pioneers. They must have not been on the same page. I don't know what Avery saw there. Addie's able to get a jump ball. Kemp brings it up. Eastern in a man-to-man. We got Addie Smith guarding Jada Kemp. That's going to be the one to watch. It's going to be Pierce. Gets in the lane into Carrillo. They're going to get her for a travel. Got Providence in a 2-2-1 press. And if they can't keep or increase the tempo, looks like a 2-2-1 kind of man. They're kind of, I guess it's a man press or matched up. Avery gets the ball up, tries to throw the ball up to Katie Hunter and throws it over her head. Again, it's kind of 2 silly turnovers to start the game. Again, it wasn't like they put a whole lot of pressure on us, so she just kind of threw it over her head. She was open. Again, brings it up for the Pioneers. Gets into the lane. And kicks it out to Theobald. For 3, no good. Rebounded Avery Smith. Now to Addie. She finds Connor on the sideline. Connor brings it up. Gets trapped. She's going to turn it over. That's 3 turnovers, 3 possessions right now for the Eastern Musketeers. We got to take care of the basketball. Kemp's going to pull up from just inside the volleyball line. No good. Rebounded Eastern. And Providence looking to jam that rebounder every time they get it. They're going to get a foul there on Jamina Carrillo. She kind of does that side swipe in front of Addie Smith, trying to pick her pocket, and she's going to get a little too much of that body. Eastern on the inbound. Inbound to Avery Smith. Gets it back to Addie. Providence in a man-to-man. Bailey Robbins on the drive. A lot of contact. No call. Avery Smith turns it over again. That's going to be Kemp going the other way. Misses the layup. Rebounded there by Addie Smith. He gets it up to Honor. Little chaos going ensuing. Honor spins and throws it up. No call. And both teams kind of playing helter-skelter. That's going to be Mamillo coming through. She gets to her sister. No good on the layup. Rebounded by Burton. And they're going to get a foul on, looks like 25. That's going to be on 25. Jamila Cirillo. Providence going to try to match up. I don't think the Providence fans like that call. There's a lot of contact. It's been a helter-skelter 2 minutes. Addie Smith gets into the lane, kicks to Burton. Burton gets all the way to the rim. A lot of contact. She's going to be blocked by Carrillo. And Avery Smith is going to force a jump ball. And the officials are letting them play a little bit. It's very, very physical. Addie Smith on the inbound. Gets it into Burton. Burton goes up against Carrillo right down the right side and good. Just a strong move there. Again, Providence not with a really deep bench, so that's going to be Theobald going down the sideline. Gets it to Kemp in the corner. Fires for three and good. And Providence takes a 3-2 lead. Kemp has such a quick release. She can get it off from about anywhere. Burton on the inside. She's going to throw it away. Stolen by Kemp. Kemp gets it ahead. Stolen by Addie Smith. Addie's coming back the other way. Kemp kind of waves at her. Addie's going to get to the rim. No good. It's rebounded by Avery Smith. Rebounds her own shot. And she's going to get fouled on the second putback. Good hustle right there. That's going to be Jamila Carrillo getting her second foul. Just 2:45 into this quarter. 5:15 to play. Avery Smith hustle on a rebound. Gets that first rebound. Gets her own rebound. First free throw is no good. Second free throw is good. And it's tied at 3. Providence able to break the press. Kemp throws it away. Right to Burton. Kemp wanted to travel. Addie gets it ahead to Katie Honor. She's getting trapped in there. That's going to be stolen there by Theobald. Again, it just seems like all of our girls are just a little bit, they're going to say that foul is on Burton. Again, just a little bit of a chaos right now. I think both teams are going to just have to kind of calm down and settle in a little bit. Kemp brings it up. Coach is telling them to kind of relax a little bit. 3-3, just under 5 minutes to play. Ball on the wing to Kaler. Kaler out top to Pierce. Pierce gets it over to Carrillo. Carrillo's trying to get in the lane. Kicks to Theobald. Theobald drives. Runs into a wall. No good. Robbins on the rebound. She's looking to run. Kicks it to Addie Smith. Addie kicks back to Robbins. Robbins little 15-footer and good. Good ball movement there by the Musketeers. Almost had a steal there. Ball was kind of lobbed up against the press and ended up being a jump ball for it. Looks like it went out off of Sydney Burton. It's going to be Providence on the sideline. Eastern with a 5-3 advantage. I think these officials know that they're in for a long one tonight. Ball inbound. That's going to go to Pierce. Out to Kemp, top of the key. Kemp tries to get in the lane. Turns around free throw line, back out. It's going to be out to Pierce. Pierce is going to fire for 3. No good. Rebound to Avery Smith. But Addie Smith getting pressured. On the wing to Honor. Gets it. Pierce fell down. Nice inside. Goodness gracious. Okay, they are going to get a foul there. They had a had a post to both sides. Avery got it into Burton, and Burton just got hammered. That's going to be by number 2, Kaler. That's their 4th foul. 3:48 to play. Inbound to Robbins. Robbins tries to shoot a 3, and she is blocked by Carrillo. Robbins tries to hit post entry, and Providence steals it. Carrillo goes the other way, misses the layup. They're going to kick to Kaler. Kaler for 3, no good. Rebounded there by Hunter. Again, Providence looking to jam every single time on that rebound. Right there, they do have SWAT. They're going to get Kemp for a foul there. This is a silly foul right there. Burton's trying to dribble across half court, and Kemp just swats at it. One of those hero plays if she gets it, but if not, it's just a silly foul. That is going to be the 5th foul. That's going to send Sydney Burton to the free throw line for 2 shots. You can see the Providence girl, all of them come to the bench. Hey, they need some water. They need a break. Burton's first free throw up is good. Providence is number 20. That's Riley Neal's going to check into the game. Burton's second free throw is up and also good. Eastern takes a 7-3 advantage. Providence gets it down the sideline, down to Pierce. Find Kemp. Kemp's trying to drive baseline. Kicks to Carrillo right in the middle of the lane. Carrillo pulls back, gets it to Pierce. Over to Kaler. Kaler back to Kemp on the wing. Being guarded by Burton this time. Eastern in the man-to-man. They get it over to Carrillo, cross court. Back up to Pierce, and Pierce says, hey, let's set something up. Pierce is going to get into the lane, pulls up. That's good. Right there in the middle of the lane. They set that ball screen. We just didn't get a good switch. That's Connor almost threw it away. Got stuck there kind of half court. Avery ends up picking up, finds Addie. Addie finds Burton. She misses her first one, gets her own rebound, and puts up the second one, and good. Yeah, we had a nice look. We had a dangerous passer by Hunter. It ends up in the hands of Avery. Avery throws it up to length of the court. I know I'm not talking fast enough. Nice post entry there to Sydney Burton. She misses the first one, gets her own rebound. Again, we mentioned that Providence doesn't have a lot of post depth. It's something that we definitely can and should exploit. Burton's free throw is no good. Hunter on the rebound, puts it back, no good. And that ball's going to be out of bounds. That is going to go to the Providence Pioneers. 9-5 in favor of the Musketeers. Inbound to Burton. And they're going to get a foul on Providence. Providence fans did not like that. They're going to get that foul on number 20. It looks like she made contact with Sydney's face. But Burton's going to go line for 2. Jada Kemp had something to say to the officials there. He didn't like the call. Official listened and said, let's move on. Burton's first free throw up is good. Eliza Sterrett's going to check into the game for the Musketeers. There's a question at the table. I think there's a question about who the foul was actually on. The signal was not very clear to the bench. Foul was on number 2, not number 20. That foul's going to be on Taylor, which is her second. And that is a change. If Taylor picks up her second, they're going to get her out. That's going to be Theobald's going to check in for the Pioneers. Eastern with a 10-5 advantage. Both crowds here are a little fired up right now. Looks like the official came and reported Burton's second free throw is good. Looks like he reported number 12, but they don't have a 12 on the court, so he was trying to report 2. There was confusion there. Kemp gets in the lane, kicks it out to Pierce, out to Theobald. Theobald driving down the right side, tries to shoot over Burton, and good. tough shot there by Theobald. Maddie Smith going down the sideline. She gets a lot of contact. She's going to throw it away. It's going to end up in the hands of Pierce for an easy two. And Eastern is going to call a quick timeout. I'm sure that Coach Drury is saying, hey, we have got to shot just in the 30-second timeout. It just seemed a little helter. Don't know that we didn't have really a plan against this press where it's just kind of people are leaving our guards. Got to be a little bit more patient. They're throwing bodies at you, but that means that somebody's open. So find that open person. Eastern with a 11-9 advantage right now. In what very well is a chaotic 6 minutes. The 2:04 to play. Man, this was it's kind of that carryover. The end of the Crawford-Clarksville game was just super intense. Both teams fighting it out. It was just this is just the exact same energy that we saw in that game. Eastern is going to inbound. Curious why they went back to the side or the end line. He was all the way up at half. I guess you just made a shot there. I'm sorry. Avery gets the ball into Addie Smith. Providence in a man press. Avery gets it back to Addie Smith over to Robbins in the half court, trying to set something up. Can't determine if Providence is just a straight 2-3. Lob pass, nice pass there to Sydney Burton for an easy two. Just goes right over the top. Again, no one can really handle Sydney Burton inside right now. Kent gets into the lane. She's going to kick out to Neal. Neal for a little 15-footer, no good. Rebounded there by Burton. Burton wisely just holds it. She's going to find Addie Smith. Addie's driving down the sideline. Addie kicks for Bailey Robbins. Robbins for a 17-footer, and that's going to be just a two. He was right there, almost a three. Kemp going the other way. She's going to find Theobald. Theobald pulls up in the middle of the lane, no good. Rebounded there by Avery Smith. Back to Addie. Addie's bringing it up inside a minute to play. Kicks it to Robbins. Addie Smith gets in the lane. Over to Avery. Finds Eliza inside. Eliza kicks to Robbins. Wide open for a three. Get in there. No good. That's going to be rebounded by Cirillo, but she just throws it long, thinking if Pierce is going to track it down, and Robbins was there to take it. Robbins brings it up. She's being trapped there half court. Into Addie Smith, over to Avery Smith, out to Burton. Against Providence, they just kind of swarming everywhere. They play kind of that. They're going to stack it. Robbins had an open look, no good. Kicked it back to Avery, out to Addie Smith. Addie for her first look of the game, no good. Rebounded there by Eliza. Pass, beautiful pass to Avery. Avery misses the layup. Nice pass there. Providence is going to get an easy layup on the other end, just leaking out. One thing that they do a lot of, they just send somebody long. So if you get a rebound, they're just going to toss it up there. Eastern with a 15-11 advantage. 1 second left. Addie's going to have a desperation even. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Nothing but excitement here from Sectional 46 in this contest. Eastern with a 15-11 advantage. We're going to cut to a commercial break, and we will be right back. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on 97.9 WSLM.
Marshall Monuments will be celebrating its 80-year birthday and open house this Saturday, January 31st, at their new location at 205 North Main Street in Salem. The open house is from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Two $500 raffles will be drawn for the purchase of any monument of the winner's choice. 10 additional winners will be drawn to win a pair of vases with any purchase. Marshall Monuments continues to provide excellence and experience and takes pride in workmanship and guarantees satisfaction in the final product, and look forward to seeing you in their new showroom on Main Street. Corey Churchman and the staff at Marshall Monuments do everything by hand and stand by the quality of their work. When you're dealing with Marshall Monuments in Salem, you're working with expert craftsmanship and specially trained stone artisans. Call or text today at 812-883-2938 for a free estimate and to set up an appointment to see their quality work, or stop by the shop at their new location of 205 North Main Street in Salem. Top quality stonework at hometown prices. Come see the best monuments in southern Indiana since 1945.
And we're back here, Eastern High School, Sectional 46. Providence with a down 11-15. And there was some confusion about something in the stands. I don't know what was going on. They're dealing with something. Looks like they are ready to go. Providence on the inbound. They're going to go back. It looks like with their same starters, other than Carrillo. Kemp on the sidelines, kicks it over to Carrillo. Carrillo turns and chucks it. I think she was trying to throw to Pierce, and she throws it out of bounds. Providence staying in their press. They're just kind of hounding Addie Smith and saying, hey, somebody else bring it up. They're resorting to just kind of letting someone else bring it up. So Sydney Burton's bringing it up. Not common for the Musketeers, but hey, we'll take it. So they're kind of face guarding Addie and then letting everybody else just kind of play. Addie gets into the lane. If she's going to cough it up, it's going to be stolen there by Theobald. And she gets it back to Pierce. Pierce brings it up. Out to Kemp at the volleyball line. High ball screen. Turns, gets in the lane. It's going to be a jump ball. She kind of trips. That's going to be Eastern basketball. Kemp getting a great defensive pressure there by Addie Smith. Just nowhere to go. Number 14, Dugersing's going to check in for Carrillo. Eastern gets the ball into Sydney Burton. Back to Avery Smith. Avery bringing up against Dugersing. Avery kicks it out to Burton. Burton's kind of being a point guard right now. High ball screen. There to Honor. Back out to Avery. Back to Honor on the wing. Back to Avery. Right now. Inside to Eliza. She can't handle the pass. It would have been would have been a layup. She just couldn't handle it. Theobald going the other way. Finds Taylor. Back to Kemp for three. No good. Rebounded there by Avery. Goodness gracious. Avery got manhandled right there a little bit. That is going to end up in the hands of Pierce, and she is going to get fouled, looks like, by Sydney Burton. She's going to go to the line for two. Again, the level of physicality is way more than what we saw in the first two games of this sectional. Both teams obviously duking it out. This is a chance for a ticket to the sectional championship. First one, Pierce, no good. Burton's going to pick up her second foul. She's going to take a seat. Bailey Traynor going to check into the game. See if she can knock down some shots. Give us another ball handle out there. Second free throw is also no good. Barrett on the rebound. Again, they do that jam where they're going to just put all kinds of pressure on you right away. Maybe got by with one. They're going to get an offensive foul on Katie Honor. Honor on that drive. Good defensive there by Theobald. Trying to kind of go beside her. Theobald had a position that's one. I think Katie either got to make a move or she just got to pull up. Shoot a little 8-footer. Nothing wrong with that, but kind of take that decision out of the official's hands. Just go ahead and make a jump shot. Pierce out top. She's going to get it into Theobald. Gets his hand off to Kemp. Trapped on the baseline. All the way around the perimeter. Gets it back to Pierce on top of the key. Pierce kicks to Theobald. Theobald for three. No good. Tip there by Honor. That's going to come out with, that was going to be Dugersing. That's going to be back to Pierce for three. Rebounded there by Avery Smith. These guards are quick for Providence. It's kind of that gang rebounding where we're going to find Traynor in the corner. Traynor shot a three. They're going to get a foul underneath by Eliza Sterrett. Working against a much, much smaller front line for Providence, and just kind of I don't know that she was doing anything illegal other than she's just much stronger and much bigger than Providence's front line. Right now, Providence really has absolutely no size in the game. They're not a very big team, but they're two post players on the bench. It's going to be Theobald going up against Sterrett, trying to work around the lane. Back door to Kemp. Kemp throws it up. No good. Kemp had something to say to the official there. Maddie Smith coming the other way. Finds Traynor. Trainer getting pressure. Finds Avery Smith. Finds Eliza at the free throw line. No good. Rebounded there by Honor. Honor goes up and good. Again, this is that size advantage. If we ever get a miss, Kemp's going to fire from deep. And that's going to be saved by Providence. She's going to kick over to Theobald. She's going to try to drive. And they're going to get Sterrett on a foul there on that drive. Theobald kind of made a spin move, and she ended up on the ground. And Sterrett picks up her second. Burton is going to check back into the game, and Robbins is going to check back into the game for Hunter and Sterrett. Ball inbound, that's going to get back to Kemp. Kemp being guarded by Burton. That's a travel. Oh, my goodness gracious. They are going to call travel super, super late. She might have got away with the push-off, but she clearly spun back and changed pivot foot the second time. 17-11 in favor of Eastern. Providence kind of face-guarding Addie. Robbins breaks the press. Oh, my goodness gracious. Robbins is going to get called for an offensive foul. That time, the one against Honor, I think three was set 100%. That time, three absolutely was not set. Theobald's going to take another charge. That's going to be a foul against Bailey Robbins. I do not see that one or remotely agree with that one. Kemp's going to take a break. They're going to get Carrillo back into the game. And then number 20, Riley Neal's going to check in. Carrillo brings it up. 4:39 to play here in the first half. Carrillo trying to get into the lane. Kicks it out to Theobald. Back to Carrillo. Carrillo over to Pierce. That's going to be a legal screen there on Carrillo. That's going to be on, let's see, Jamina Carrillo. I think that's her second. So she has two as well. They're going to get Kemp back into the game. They kind of set that real wide screen where both feet are out wide, and then she kind of checks in with that thigh. That is definitely illegal. Eastern gets the ball inbound to Avery. Back to Addie. And they're kind of in that 2-2-1 kind of. They get the ball up to Trainer. Trainer back to Avery. Inside to Burton. Rough pass. Got tipped back in the hands of Trainer. He's going to get it back out to Addie. Finds Avery. Avery just got leveled by somebody. By number 20. That's Riley Neal. Avery had to, and she probably saved points because Burton was wide open underneath. Addie gets it into Burton. Burton tries to make a strong move. They're going to get a jump ball. He tries to split two. And again, instead of just kind of making a move, she's got two defenders on her. I do think she's got somebody open. I think when we get that post-to-post action right there, that other post player, if they can just hold that seal right there, they're going to be open right there anytime they double out of that zone. Honor going to check into the game for Burton. 4 minutes to play here in this first half. Kemp to bring the ball up. In this quarter, game settled down a little bit. Kemp high ball screen. Kicks it out to Pierce. Pierce being guarded by Trainer. Pierce goes to the left side. Another high ball screen. She's going to drive down the left side. She's going to get fouled. That foul is going to be on 30, Bailey Robbins. I was kind of surprised that Honor was the one guarding her. They thought Robbins must have stepped in there. Pierce is going to go line for two. First one is no good. Eastern holds on to a 6-point advantage. 3:50 to play. Second one is up and it's good. Eastern advances up the sideline to Addie Smith. Addie's going to try to get into the lane. Tries to throw it. Just out of control right now. Throws it over Trainer's head. He's kind of doing that one-legged, one pass, and just, again, too much for Trainer to handle. We just got to settle down, get both her feet on the ground, make a strong bounce pass. Kemp coming up, high ball screen. Kemp gets into the lane. kind of muscles one up. Rebounded there by Avery Smith. Providence's coach did not like that. There was a lot of contact, but I don't know that anybody's illegal there. Maddie gets it up top of the key to Avery Smith. Avery gets in the lane, pulls up, little runner. It was not pretty, but it went in, so we're going to say excellent. Avery with a little runner in the lane. Kemp going the other way. Tries to muscle up. No good. Great defense there by Addie Smith. Robbins, 4-3, no good. Providence is going to call a timeout. He is still upset about that play down there. He's getting ready to get whacked, I imagine. That is going to be a full timeout. We're going to cut to a commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Lady Musketeer basketball, Sectional 46, 97.9, WSLM.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Issued by Duke Energy shareholders.
And we're back here, Eastern High School. While we're here, we want to say a huge thanks to Sullivan Feed Mill, one of our sponsors for this game. Junior and Ravon do just a fantastic job of servicing anything you need, anything farming, anything feed, fencing, home improvement, anything you could possibly imagine you need on your farm. Either they have it or they can get it. So if you want to contact Junior Sullivan at Sullivan Feed Mill, I'm sure that they'll get back as soon as they can to make sure that you get your needs supplied. They're just great people, great supporters of Musketeer Athletics. Meanwhile, Providence going to check in. Kemp to bring the ball up. Eastern in a man-to-man. Over to Theobald. Theobald driving up a spin move. Runs into Honor. Throws it up. No good. It's going to be rebounded there by Avery. She kind of spun. I think she beat Avery, but then ran smack into Katie. Good defense there by the Musketeers. Avery kicks to Honor in the corner. Connor's going to try to pull up. That's number 14. That's Duger Singh. Kind of just cut her off. They're going to get a foul there on Duger Singh. I think it's just her first. This is one of those. You better be strong with the basketball pretty much every time, or else you're going to get stripped. Maddie gets in the lane, kicks to Honor. Honor for three. Looks like he got a piece of it. Looking to run the other way. That's going to be Kaler coming up the other way, gets it to Kemp out top the key. Kemp drives down the right side, tries to pull back. Hands off to Kaler. Kaler gets into the lane, and good. Again, we got to decide how we're going to handle that handoff. Is it going to be a switch? Eastern gets it up against Robbins. Providence in that 2-3 zone. They're kind of extending against the guards, seeing if they can get a trap anytime they get a drive. Avery in the corner to Trainer. Trainer misses the three. Rebounded to Pierce. And again, that's something Providence, if they get that rebound, all five of their guards are gone. Oftentimes somebody's leaking out. So that's going to be Pierce gets into the lane, pulls up, and good. Pierce having a fantastic night so far. A fantastic first half. Addie Smith gets it back over to Avery. Avery driving down the left side. Kicks it to Honor. Honor out to Robbins. Robbins pump fake, gets into the lane. Tough shot and good. The degree of difficulty on that one was extremely high. That's Theobald coming the other way. Hands off to Kemp. Kemp top of the key. High ball screen. But again, coach is not liking that contact. He threw it up. No good. Eastern gets the ball up to Robbins. Robbins gets to the lane. Gets to the line. Gets to the rim. Misses the layup. Just got a little overexcited to do it right over the rim. 45 seconds to play. Eastern with a 5-point advantage. That's going to be Pierce. Tries to get in the lane. Hands off to Kaler. Kaler kicked the Theobald for three. No good. Rebounded by Kemp. And they're going to get a jump ball there. Kemp thought she got fouled. And that's going to be Eastern basketball. 32 seconds to play. Sydney Burton going to check into the game for Bailey Traynor. Again, Eastern hanging on to a 5-point advantage right now. Going to be Addie on the right side. And they do that kind of 2-2-1 to settle back into the 2-3. The guards put a lot of pressure, and then Robbins in the corner. Tries to get in. Nice pass there to Sydney Burton. Burton gets blocked. She got blocked there by Kemp. Again, I think we've got a pump fake right there. That was just a beautiful pass by Bailey Robbins. Sydney turned around, get Kemp in the air, and either one, take the foul or take the easy layup. We kind of let her get a piece of it. Ball out about 13 seconds. Providence with a chance to cut this to one possession. Pierce brings it up. Going up against Bailey Traynor. Blocked there by Traynor. Avery Smith on a rebound. She's got one chance at a half-court shot. No good. And that is going to be the end of the first half. Lady Musketeers on top, 21-16. We will be back in a couple minutes for some halftime thoughts on what was just a crazy, chaotic first half. This is Section 46 Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker, so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms. After years in the making, the new Papa John's Pan Pizza recipe is ready. Introducing a new pan pizza with edge-to-edge cheese and toppings, a crispy garlic Parmesan crust, and 6 cheeses. It's the perfect balance of a soft, fluffy interior dough and a crispy crust. You'll agree, this pan pizza was worth the wait. Order the new pan pizza today from your local Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Get to Boyd County Tire and Salt. Big or small, they service all. They have the name brand tires, you know, to keep it moving on down the road. They got tires for slab and me. They even got them for your lawn machine. You can call them day or night. To Boyd County Tire does it right. Big or small, we service all. To Boyd County Tire.
See your Michelin dealer today for the Michelin Defender tire. It's the tire that delivers what you want. Outstanding safety, more miles and fuel efficiency, all backed by an 80,000-mile limited warranty. Don't sacrifice. Ask for the Michelin Defender tire today at your local Michelin dealer. Find the right Michelin tire and get the expert service you deserve at DuBois County Tire and Supply in Jasper, Davis County Tire and Supply in Washington, and Knox County Tire and Supply in Vincent. The manufacturer's limited warranty book for details.
Big or small, we service all. To Boyd County Tire.
High school sports are different, especially in Indiana. And these Hoosier student athletes couldn't agree more.
We all know the saying, in 49 states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Well, the same is true for all high school sports in Indiana, like volleyball, and soccer, and softball, and track, and so many more. We're passionate about high school sports in Indiana. They're an undeniable part of our state's culture. They're woven into the DNA of our communities. It's what we dedicate our time to. It's what brings us all together. It's what we celebrate. And as a high school student athlete, that's a pretty special environment to grow in, representing your school and having your entire community behind you. Being a high school student athlete in Indiana is something we never take for granted. And it's an experience we'll never forget either.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knight. Support Hoosier student athletes like these by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is who we are. This is Indiana. This is your IHSA. And we're back here, Eastern High School, sectional 46. Just an absolutely incredible first half. Just 2 teams just battling it out. This is the way you expect it to be when it comes to this time. This so much feels like a sectional championship atmosphere. You got just a packed gym. You got just fans excited on both ends. You got cheer blocks underneath the bench, and both of them are hooting and hollering. Again, this exactly what you expect. It's a great experience for these girls. Before we get to the game, we'll talk about a couple things coming up. Again, February 14th, Southern Hills Church is hosting a free lasagna dinner silent auction and dessert auction. The proceeds for that will go to Outside the Walls, Washington County. Again, Outside the Walls, the Love Dinner at Southern Hill Church, February 14th at 5 p.m. If you are interested in RSVPing, that's the number is 812-967-9255. And also that same day, February 14th, is WSLM's 73rd birthday. If you know these guys at WSLM, they are very community-minded. They want to do everything they can to support the community, be involved in the community, help lead the community. And what better way to celebrate their birthday than to have a food drive? They're going to have a food drive at Salem Walmart from 9 to noon, and all of those proceeds will go to the Washington County Food Bank. So if you want to get out and talk to them, I'm sure that they'll have a story about it, WSLM, if you ask. Just tell them thank you for all that they do to support Washington County. I know they've been a great supporter of all three schools in our county, especially athletics. I know that both of those guys are just diehard sports fans, and they do everything they can to kind of get that out there and support local. So if you want to come out and support them, support the Washington Food Bank on their behalf for their birthday. It'd be just a great opportunity. Again, that's February 14th from 9 a.m. to noon. On to tonight's game. Again, it is 21-16, and to be not a super high scoring half, it was absolutely chaos, especially that first quarter. It was just nonstop. These officials were working overtime, just getting up and down the floor, trip after trip after trip. Now, there's a lot of sloppy basketball, a lot of turnovers both ways, a lot of contact both ways. This team's really working at each other over and over. The pace definitely settled down here in that second quarter. Became a little bit more control, but even then, there's definitely there's that tension, that chaos that's in the air right now. So for Providence, Jake Kemp with just that 1 3 in the first half. The story of that half has been Camden Pierce. She put up 9 in that first half. She did 1 for 4 from the free throw line, but really able to. She's just a little thing, but she's able to get into the lane and make some havoc. And really, all these guards for Providence, seems like every single one of them know how to get to the rim. They know how to go one-on-one. That's clearly something that they work on, and she's just done a fantastic job. Taylor chipped in 2, and the Thea both had 2 for a total of 16. Just 5 points in that second quarter. So, again, about half the points they had in that first quarter. So just a very slow second quarter. Was just a 5-6 game, or 5-6 quarter. Eastern scoring 6. For the Musketeers, it's really been Robbins had 6, Avery Smith had 3, Katie Horner with 2, and then Sydney Burton had that huge first quarter with 10. I just don't know that they've got an answer for us inside. If we can do that consistently, really I thought several times, if we can get the ball into the post, we've got that post-to-post pass. If the opposite post player can really work to get open, I think you're going to get some easy buckets there. But understand that every time you get in the lane, they are going to be stripping. They're going to be ripping away, and their guards are quick. They have quick hands. They are going to do everything they can to make you pay. We've had a couple jump balls. We had a couple tips. We had a couple turnovers in there, all from really just not being secure with the ball. So as we get that ball into the post, you got to recognize where's that double team coming from, where's that second defender coming from, and make them pay for that. Whether it's back to a guard for 3 or back to the other post player. Again, we haven't really shot the ball. We have not made a 3 in this first half. I don't know how many halves this basketball season we have not made a 3. So to have a lead 21-16, and really for two teams that shoot quite a bit of threes, Eastern has not made one, and Providence only made 1. So again, it's kind of a weird thing. Looking at some on the season, 3-point attempts. Providence has put up 363s over the course of the year. That's a lot. That's quite a few over the course of 20 games, or 22 games. Putting up 15 threes a game. And again, they've made 92. So not a terrible percentage. Probably in that 25-30% range. Just again, neither team super successful. Both teams trying to get into the lane. That's been the case. Providence just 1 of 4 from the line, and then Sydney Burton was 4 of 5 from the line, and Avery was 1 of 2 from the line. So Eastern shooting a little bit better from the free throw line. Again, just an exciting half. I'm sure both coaches are coming back in here saying we got to get to work. We got to get to work. got to take care of the basketball. Got to be strong every time that we've got every time we get the ball inside, and we've got to make sure that we're playing within ourselves and not getting too caught up in the moment, too caught up in the excitement of the arena. I know it's exciting. It's a great moment for these girls, but they still got to be able to play calm, play under pace, under control. We're going to cut to one quick commercial break before we get back. Before we get on to that, let's hand you this announcement. If you are interested in supporting the EHS cheer team, the first time ever they are going to a cheer competition at Silver Creek on February 8th on Sunday. They will perform at 106. If you want to get out and support our cheer team, we've had a great cheer team for a long time, but they're going to join the competitive waters and see how they can do in this front. This is going to be a first for them going in on Sunday. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLN 97.9.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming. But expert relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for his expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck Spine Care Program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these 2 practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll receive compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery, expert spine care, close to home.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. That's going to be Kemp to start the game with the 3. Got blocked by Addie Smith. Addie Smith gets the ball in the corner to Hunter, inside to Burton. Ball kind of jumbled around. It's going to be off of Sydney Burton. I think it's the right look. We got to make a little stronger pass. They kind of just lobbed that ball in there. Probably got a piece of it. It bounced off Burton's hands out of bounds. Kemp going the other way. Kemp bring the ball up against Addie Smith. Over to Carrillo. Out to Theobald. Theobald gets in the lane. Might have dragged her foot. Carrillo been going up against Robbins. Tries to drive baseline. Gets it to the other Carrillo. Back to the other Carrillo sister. Again, Kemp gets into the lane. And good. That's the first time really in a while that Kemp was kind of under control. She's got in her lane. She's been a little out of control. That's Carrillo guarding going against Avery. Avery Smith throws the ball out of bounds. I don't know what she was doing. Trying to find a Hunter and throws it way over her head. Just, again, we got to kind of relax. We're kind of, that's one thing to throw the ball across the court, but just kind of relax. Not a great start from us here. Two possessions, 2 turnovers. Kemp bringing the ball up. Finds Pierce. Hand off to Carrillo. Another hand off to Pierce. Gets it back to Kemp. They just kind of do that dribble drive over and over again. Eastern in a man-to-man. Going to be Pierce. Gets it out to Theobald. Theobald gets into the lane. Providence showing a little more patience this start. Theobald's going to fire from about 17 and good. Haven't seen a lot of jump shots out of Providence. And they cut it to 1. Burton going the other way, going up against Carrillo. Tough shot, no good. Gets her own rebound. No good. She kind of had a fast break a little bit. That foul's going to be on Jada Kemp. That's going to be her second. Burton, she missed the layup. She ended up out of bounds, but nobody touched her. She came right back and got it. She's going to go to the line for 2. That is, again, second foul on Kemp. It could prove down the road. Burton's first free throw was good. She's one I think you got to attack. I think you got to pump fake against her pretty much every time because she's going to swat at it no matter what. Again, just give her a pump fake and see if you can't put her on the bench. Burton's second free throw is no good. Hunter gets the rebound. Around the horn, ends up Robbins. Robbins gets in a lane. She's going to get blocked by Carrillo. That's Pierce going the other way. back tip by Avery Smith. That's going to be Carrillo. Throws it up. No good. Going to rebound there by Addie Smith. She looks ahead to Robbins. She's going to find Addie Smith. Addie's going to lay it in. Again, there was bodies hitting the floor that entire play. Pierce gets into the lane. Gets it to Carrillo. Carrillo going up against Burton. I thought she got by with the travel. No good. Rebound in the hands of Connor. Back to Avery. Back to Addie Smith. Addie going against Carrillo. Addie kicks it to Honor. Honor gets it into Burton. Burton to Avery Smith. Pulls up in the lane and no good. The ball kind of rolled around the rim. I think the whole gym was like waiting for it to fall. Going to be Theobald coming the other way. Finds Carrillo. Carrillo out to Pierce. Over to Theobald. High ball screen. Theobald tries to drive baseline. Gets it to Carrillo. No good on the layup. Providence did not like the call. I think Burton was actually in good position that time. Addie Smith gets into the lane. Kicks to Robbins. Robbins finds Burton. Throws it away. Going to be stolen by Kemp. Kemp and Addie Smith end up on the ground. Kemp throws to Carrillo. They're going to get a foul on the other end. Carrillo drives, tries to split two defenders. They're going to get that on Robbins, it looks like. This is one of those, again, if that is a foul, and that's fine, you're going to call that foul. Man, there's a lot of contact both directions here. That's what my hardest thing as a spectator is to watch that kind of stuff. Again, there's a lot more contact than that happening on these plays. Pierce on the inbound. Throws it up to Carrillo. Carrillo being guarded by Trainer, who just checked in. The other Carrillo, that's going to be out to Taylor for three. No good. That ball's going to go out of bounds. Eastern with just a 4-point advantage. Looks like Providence is going to kind of call back their press and just kind of stay in the half court. Oh, Pierce is going to come up. I lied. They're going to come back up. Eliza Sarah's going to check in for the Musketeers. They get the ball into Addie Smith. Back to Burton. Over to Addie. Again, these guards just kind of put constant pressure. To Burton. Burton up to Trainer. Trainer kicks over to Addie Smith. Gets into the lane. Puts it up. No good. They're going to get a foul. Again, there's a little bit better patience there. That foul is going to be on number 1, Pierce. I wondered if that was going to be Kemp's third, but they are going to throw it on Pierce. Addie Smith's first free throw is good. Again, she had just really good patience. She gets by her defender, kind of gets into the lane, and just kind of patiently waits for that contact and then kind of explodes. Second one is no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be Providence basketball. 4:15 to play. That's Kemp's going to bring the ball up. Over to Pierce. Pierce is being guarded by Honor. It's a big size differential right there for those two. Over to Kaler. Kaler's being guarded by Burton. High ball screen. Kaler's going to try to get in the lane. Hands off. That's going to be stolen by Addie Smith. He just read that handoff perfectly. Addie finds Eliza down underneath. Kick out the Trainer for three. And good. Good ball movement there. Good ball movement there by the Musketeers. And Providence is going to call a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Again, Addie Smith just read that handoff perfectly and jumps that gap and is able to take it away. She finds Eliza right underneath the basket at the other end. Eliza probably had a layup, but she saw Trainer wide open. The Trainer was able to step up and knock one down. You know, you always wonder, you know what you're going to see out of our team. You know, it seems like Burton and Addie seem to always kind of get their 10 or 15 points. It's who's the other people that's going to step up. You know, can Trainer come in and knock down some shots? Can Robbins get hot here in the second half? Who's going to knock down? That's just our first three of the game, and that is so uncommon for this Eastern basketball team. By this time, we've we've only hit 3 or 4, 5, 6 threes. Just hitting our first 3 of the game with 3:43 to play in the third quarter. Eastern takes an 8-point advantage. Pierce is going to bring the ball up. Eastern in a man-to-man. Gets the ball to Kemp. Over to Theobald. Back to Pierce. Over to Kemp. Kemp being guarded there by Addie Smith. Gets double team there. Tries to find Carrillo. That ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. They're going to get a foul there on 40. That's going to be Eliza Sterrett picks up her third. Avery Smith's going to check back into the game. Providence gets the ball, gets that give and go right back to the inbounder with Kemp. Kemp's going to step back for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Burton. I mean, she's got such a quick release. Doesn't need a whole lot of space to get that shot off. In middle of the court to Avery. Down the corner to Honor for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Burton. Burton up and under, and she's going to get fouled. Again, I was teasing Sydney in class the other day that to quit going right every time, and so she did a perfect. I'm not taking any credit for this whatsoever, but she did an up and under, went to the right. They kind of jumped. She went back to the left. She's going to get fouled. That's going to be a foul on 3, Theobald, and Burton's going to go back to the line. First one is good. Sydney has done just a fantastic job of getting to the free throw line tonight and cashing in on that. Eastern takes a 9-point advantage. Again, the way these teams can score, I don't think any lead is big enough in this particular game. Kent brings it up. High ball screen. Hands off to Theobald. Theobald driving on the right side. Gets it in the lane to Kaler. Nice pass there to Carrillo. Carrillo misses the layup. Rebound there by Avery Smith. Nice pass there by Kaler. Just not able to finish. Addie Smith kicks to Honor. Honor gets the ball into Avery Smith right in the middle of the lane. Avery's going to drive down that right side. Tough shot. She just kind of threw it up there. I think if she takes one more dribble, she's got a layup. Can't go the other way. Spins baseline. No good. Going to be rebounded there by Addie Smith. Addie looking to run. That is a foul. Goodness gracious. Addie finds Trainer. Gets it into Avery. Avery finds Sydney. Sydney with an easy 2. Again, that interior passing right there was effective. Avery didn't have anything. Almost fell down. Finds Burton with a nice little bounce pass. Burton able to finish. Eastern takes a 12-point advantage. And that is going to be a timeout for the Providence Pioneers. Eastern up 32-20. Just under 2 minutes to play. We're going to cut to a commercial break. This is Lady Musketeers basketball, Section 46 on 97.9 WSLM.
When it comes to getting the job done right, from driveways to bridge work and paving to construction and excavating, there's one name you can count on: Temple & Temple Excavating. Serving homeowners and also handling big jobs for city, county, and state highway projects, they've built a reputation on quality work since 1948. Driveways, construction, demolition. If you need it moved, cleared, built, or torn down, call Temple & Temple Excavating at 812-883-6644. Temple & Temple have been supporting Washington County for 77 years, one project at a time. Call Temple & Temple today at 812-883-6644 or find them online at templeandtemple.com, where you can also apply for job opportunities.
And we're back here. Just under 2 minutes to play, 159. Eastern with a 12-point advantage. Really just doing it right now on the offensive glass. Able to kind of control the game inside. We wondered if rebounding wasn't going to be a factor tonight. And in this quarter, it's really been just, can we control the glass? Here's out top. Hands off to Kaler. Kaler being guarded by Honor. Gets it over to Carrillo, being guarded by Trainer. Carrillo tries to get in the lane. Kicks to Theobald. Theobald pulls it back out. Going to be tipped there by Avery Smith. Ends up in the hands of the other, Jamila Carrillo. He's going to kick it back out to Theobald. Hand off to Pierce. High ball screen. Pierce kicks to Theobald for three. No good. It's going to be a rebound there by Taylor. I like that ball's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say Providence basketball. Both Honor and Taylor were going after it. I couldn't see it if Honor hit it or if it just went out of bounds. Theobald tries to drive in the lane, drives down the baseline. Looks like she dribbles off of her foot. It's out of bounds. Providence sets up their press. They're going to try to get after it. Eastern sets up in a 4 across in the full court. Into Addie Smith, over to Avery Smith. Being patient right now. Addie up the sideline. Back across to Avery. Finds Trainer. Honor in the corner. Honor kicks the Trainer. Finds Avery there in the high post. Trainer for three, top of the key. Almost banks it in. No good. Rebound Providence. Taylor's going to go the other way. Kicks it. Gets left to Carrillo. Over to Pierce. 42 seconds to play. It's going to be a free throw jumper. No good. Rebound to Eastern. And Providence did not like that one. A lot of contact on that jump shot. Honor gets into the lane. A lot of contact. This ball's going to be out of bounds. They're going to say that went off Katie out of bounds. It looked like the ball was stripped. I thought she got stripped, but they're going to say it's off of Eastern. It's going to be Providence basketball with 23 seconds to play. Brillo going to bring the ball up. See if they can't cut this down to single digits. Brillo handoff to Theobald. Theobald out to Taylor. Taylor being guarded by Katie Honor. 10 seconds to play. Over to Pierce. High ball screen. Going to be blocked there by Addie Smith. Sydney Burton tries to sling, and it's still contact, but they've let a couple go. That is going to be the end of the third quarter. Lady Musketeers on top, 32-20. Again, just a very intense game. We're going to cut the commercial break, and we will be right back. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSOM 97.9.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
We're back here at Eastern High School. We also want to say a huge thanks to Billy Martin Store. Again, if you are interested in flooring or appliances or furniture or pretty much anything for your home, call Janet and Tanya. They will take care of you. They have great delivery service. They can get you things almost always in the day or so. They'll take care of you. They do a great job. If they don't have it, they can get it, most likely. So if you're looking for anything in that world, anything to fix up your home or any spring projects you're coming up, go down and talk to Billy Martin Store. They will get you taken care of. Again, back to this one. It's just a fantastic game. That quarter created some separation. Providence just only scored 4 points in that quarter, just kind of driving into walls every single time. Eastern doing a nice job of walling us and just keeping their hands up and not doing anything silly. And really, Providence didn't I think they're expecting to get to the line every single time. Addie Smith being guarded there by Carrillo. Over to Avery Smith. This is one of those, they've done this a few times where they just start to show some patience. It's not kind of a stall, but it's a little bit of a stall. Just take some time off the clock. Addie on the wing, being trapped. Puts the trap. Out to Avery Smith. Out to Burton. Again, those two are just chasing. Carrillo pokes it away. She's going to go the other direction. He's going to go up against Avery Smith, and they're going to get an offensive foul on Carrillo. A little bit surprising there. That's going to be a Jamina Carrillo's third. Avery was there. It looked to me like she was leaning a little bit, but they're going to give that one to her. Eastern gets the ball into Addie Smith. Providence pressing. They're going to get a foul there on Spears. Again, if you're Providence at this point, you've got to put a little extra pressure pretty much everywhere. You're going to have to get some stops here. I imagine they're going to come stripping up the ball even more so. Robbins checked into the game for Trainer. Gets the ball into Addie Smith. Addie's going up the sideline, being guarded there by Carrillo. And Coach Carrillo, they called a timeout. I was like, I didn't see what happened. I thought they were going to call foul. That was a timeout by Coach Carrillo, 30-second timeout. Again, just what a game this has been. Just a great amount of intensity. You know, you say, well, Eastern's up by 12 at this point. It just doesn't feel like it. It feels like at any point that either one of these teams is going to break loose. Again, the big surprise to me, just both of these teams shoot an incredible amount of threes. And Fair make a lot of threes. Providence just 1 3 on the game. Eastern was just 1 3 on the game. Very uncharacteristic of both teams. Just again, hats off to the Musketeers finding a different way to win. You know, when we're hot, we're obviously a very tough team, but you know, when we're not shooting the ball particularly well, can we get something else happen? Providence looking to trap pretty much everywhere they get to get inside the Burton in the lane. Connor's going to drive, kicks it out to Avery, back out to Addie Smith. Again, Providence is trapping everywhere. Addie's going to get into the lane, kicks back out to Avery, and Avery throws it out of bounds. I think she was trying to go to Honor. Again, 2 turnovers in a row here. Not what you're looking for, especially coming out of the timeout. We got to be careful here. I think the ball just slipped out of her hands. But Kemp up top of the key, being guarded by Addie Smith. High ball screen by Carrillo. Hand off to Kaler. Out to Carrillo. That's going to be Jimena Carrillo. Going to pull up for 3. No good. Rebound by the other Carrillo. She's going to step in. They're going to get a foul on Avery Smith. But I think some people are just believe Avery, who doesn't normally say something, is kind of shocked. They are going to get a foul. And that's Jamila Carrillo is going to go to the line for her first chance of points tonight. First one is good. 6:37 to play. Kind of wonder if this isn't going to be just a game of survival. Providence is just keeping the pedal in the middle right now defensively. Jamila Carrillo hits that second one. Eastern goes up the sideline to Addie Smith. Gets in the lane. She's going to pull it back out over to Avery Smith. You got to be super careful with those passes. Burton's going to get an easy lay in there. Providence fans wanted to travel. Kim going the other way. Finds Pierce on the opposite wing. Fires for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Addie Smith. And again, she's picked up right away by Pierce. Again, Providence is just trapping pretty much every time they can get. Eastern have to be strong with the basketball. And inside to Burton. Cross court, Addie Smith. Addie over to Avery Smith. Avery ball. Being strong with it. Kicks it to Robbins. Robbins cross court to Addie Smith. Addie finds Burton. Over to Honor. Over to Robbins. Robbins tough pass. Burton kicks it back out to Addie Smith. Addie's going to kick to Honor. Honor drives baseline, pulls it back out. Finds Avery Smith on it looked like the ball got deflected, but Avery made a nice set. I think there's just they didn't connect quite at the same time. They're going to get a foul there. That foul's going to be on 25, Jamila Carrillo. I think that's just her third. And Providence is going to call a timeout. Just the 30-second timeout. We're going to cut the commercial. We'll be right back. This is Lady Musketeer basketball. I lied. We're going to stay right here. That was just a 30-second. I thought he signaled a full, and then he changed it. So we'll stay right here. Eastern on top, 34-22. Again, for a game that feels like it's been a really fast pace, it's not a very high-scoring game. Okay. Again, Eastern with a 34-22 advantage. 5:24 to play. To the Eastern ball underneath the basket. somebody had told me that they were having a hard time hearing me. I apologize for the technical difficulty. Eastern gets it into Robbins. Robbins drives down the baseline, kicks it over to Addie Smith. Out to Honor, back out to Addie Smith. She's being pressured there by Carrillo. Back to Burton. You know, don't normally see this golf quite this early, but we've been able to run 3 minutes off the clock. Avery Smith out top. Kicks it over to Addie. Again, Providence's body's just kind of flying at the ball every single time. Looking to get a trap every single time. Carrillo guarding Avery Smith. They're going to get a foul there on Jimena Carrillo. I think it's going to be her fourth. Eastern going to inbound. Again, 12-point advantage. Gets the ball into Burton inside. Might have had a look at it. Pulls it back out. Back to Addie. Back to Avery. Avery kicks cross court to Honor. And Honor's going to get fouled. That's going to be on Carrillo. I think that's her fifth. I think she's out of the ballgame. That is going to be her fifth foul. And Jimena Carrillo is going to foul out of this contest. Number 14, Dugersing, is going to check in. That is 4 fouls. The next foul will be the bonus for the Musketeers. Well, they are signaling that is the team's fifth foul. They're signaling that is the team's fifth foul. So that will be a 2-shot foul. There was only 4 on the board. That's going to send Katie Honor to the line for 2. A little bit of confusion there. But in games like that, we do have an actual, one of the officials is at the table, so he was confirming that is 5 fouls. Katie Honor's first one is good. Honor's second free throw is also good. 36-22 in favor of the Musketeers. Kemp coming the other way. Oh, my goodness. We're going to get a foul there on Addie Smith. Kemp just leveled her. I don't know that Addie was in position, but that was a tough foul there. Addie Smith guarding Kemp. Inbound to Kemp. Oh, that's going to be a travel. Wow. She picks it back up, and she's going to lay it in for 2. Strange play. Up sideline to Robbins. Robbins going to try to go see the layup. Again, we've kind of been in a stall. She decided to go ahead and attack. She's going to get fouled. That's going to be on 25. That is Jimena Carrillo. That's going to be her fourth. And Bailey Robbins is going to go to the line for 2. She did kind of have a one-on-one situation, but what we've seen for the first 4 minutes of the quarter is just slow down. So it's going to be Kaler's going to check into the game for Providence. Robbins going to go line for her second. Again, Eastern on top, 36-24, 12-point advantage, 4:23 to play in this contest. Second free throw is good for Bailey Robbins. Kemp coming the other way. Gets to the rim, no good. Rebound to Hunter. Addie Smith getting trapped. Dribbles out of the trap, pulls it back out. He's being guarded there by Pierce. Kicks it over to Avery. Avery's going to get fouled there by Kaler. That's going to be Kaler's third, I think. And Avery Smith's going to go to line for 2. I think this is going to come down to if Eastern can make their free throws. I think this is going to be locked up and in the bag. Can we do that? We've shot decently from the line most of the year. I don't see anything changing here. Avery's first free throw is good. Second one is also good. Man, that's a 15-point lead. Kemp coming down. She's going to pull up for 3 and good. She's going to knock them down. Inbound. Addie's going to dribble up sideline. Addie Smith finds Burton. Burton's got a layup. She's going to pull it back out. Again, Burton had a layup. Pulls it back out to Avery. Finds Addie Smith. On the wing to Honor. Honor over to Burton. Ball kind of thrown wildly. Goodness. A lot of contact. But I can't tell if they're trying to foul or if it's just some sloppiness. Looks like Taylor is going to get a foul. I think they must have put her in just to go in and foul, so they're not fouling out Grillo. Or looks like that's what they're going to try to do offense, defense with Taylor and Carrillo. Eastern with a 12-point advantage, 3:25 to play. Addie Smith on the line for two. Addie Smith's had kind of a strange night. She's had the toughest defensive assignment. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot of things going offensively, but really her game has been making Kemp work for everything she's had. Just played absolutely stellar defense on one of the solid players, the best player for Providence team. Addie's second free throw is good. It looks like Eastern is going to call full timeout. We're going to cut. Could be our last commercial break. Well, maybe not. We got 3:25 to play. Lady Musketeers on top, 40-27. This is Lady Musketeer basketball, WSLM 97.9.
High school sports have a unique way of setting the tone for our entire school community. How? By demanding our very best, no matter who we are.
Every student, coach, parent, and fan has a responsibility to practice good sportsmanship at athletic events. It's on each of us to lead by example with our behavior.
The way we behave is not only a reflection of our own character, but of our schools as well. It lets everyone know this is how we do things at our school. This is what we expect. This is who we are.
So, whether you're playing, coaching, or cheering, always demonstrate integrity with your words, actions, and attitudes at our athletic events. Our school's image is up to us.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Help set the tone by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is leading by example. This is leaving a positive impression. This is your IHSAA.
And we're back here, Eastern High School, sectional 46. Eastern on top, 40-27. Providence rolling the ball inbounds. Kemp picks it up, going up against Addie Smith. Addie over to Pierce. Pierce will player screen to Kemp. Kemp saves the ball, gets it. Carrillo comes down with it. The ball comes around to Kaler. She's going to try to get in the lane. Finds Carrillo. Carrillo was open underneath. That's Jamila Carrillo for an easy two. Burton finds Honor in the full court. Honor back out to Burton. Just inside of 3 minutes to play. They're going to get a foul right there. Burton's foot of traffic's going to be on number 3, Miss Theobald. I think that's just her second. Again, Kemp, she's had something to say pretty much about every play. She thought that was a travel. Burton's going to go to line 4-2. First one is good. .29, 12-point advantage for the Musketeers. Burton going to go line for two. Really done a nice job from the line tonight. We'll talk more about that at the conclusion of this game. Second one is also good. Kemp's going to bring the ball up. Being guarded there by Addie Smith. Kemp goes on the right side, pulls up jumper, and good. Tough shot there for Kemp. Avery gets the ball into Burton. Burton finds Honor. Honor going up the sideline. She's going to pull it back out. They're going to get a foul. That's going to be on Taylor, I assume. I think that's going to be her fifth. No, it's going to be her fourth. I must have had one written down somewhere wrong. That's her fourth foul. And that's going to send Honor to the line for two. Again, it's one of those. I think if we just continue to make free throws, I don't know that they're going to be able to come back. First one is good. Point advantage for the Musketeers. 2:34 to play. Second one is no good. That's going to rebound end up in the hands of Burton. Now Burton's shot got blocked. It ends up in the hands of Avery Smith. He's going to try to dribble it out. He's going to get bumped there by Theobald. That's going to be her third. That rebound was one of those weird ones. There was two, both Burton and it looked like Carrillo were going after it, and it just kind of muscled through. Ball ended up kind of stripped out, ended up somehow in the hands of Avery Smith. Now, Avery's going to go line for two. One is good. (44-31) in favor of the Musketeers. Second one is no good. It's going to be fought for a rebound between Burton and Theobald. They're going to get a jump ball, and that is going to be Providence possession this time. 2:23 to play. Again, we're getting to that point. Is this going to be, where can we kind of finish this thing off? Theobald gets in the lane, really just puts Avery Smith on the ground. No call either way. Addie Smith getting pressured. Oh, this is Avery Smith upon her. Taken away there by Kemp. Bonner's got to not put that ball above her head. We can't do that. Kicks the ball corner to Pierce. Pulls up from about 15. No good. Rebounded there by Addie Smith. Wow, what a play on that rebound. Addie almost had the rebound. Ball tipped out. It ended up in Pierce's hands. Addie was on the floor. Pierce comes down on top of her, and that is the foul on Addie. It's just a weird call. On a rush play, Kemp tries to get in, tries to sneak one on. It's going to be Theobald for three. No good. Rebounded there by Burton. She's being jammed. They're going to get a foul there on number 2. That's going to be Taylor. I think that's her fourth. So they have done that pretty much all night as far as if Eastern gets a rebound, they just jam. That time with 2 players, Coach did not like the call. He thought it might have been on the other person, or that foul's going to be on Taylor. That's going to be her fifth. She is going to be out of the game. Looks like that's going to be 14. Dugerson going to check in for Providence. Coach had a few kind words for the official. I'm sure that they weren't super kind, but that's going to send Sydney Burton back to the line for 2. Burton's first free throw is good. Again, 14-point advantage, minute 39 to play. And again, this thing is almost out of reach, I think. Burton's second free throw is good. Kemp's going to go down. She's been guarded there by Addie. She kicks to Dugerson. She's going to get into the lane. Ball tipped out. She's going to drive baseline, puts it up, and good. Dugerson with a little baseline jumper. Avery on the inbound. Looked like it went off of one of their foots. They're going to say it went off Providence's foot. And that is going to be a timeout. He's going to call timeout. 1:17 to play. 46-13. This is Lady Musketeer basketball. 97.9 WSLN. We're going to cut. We'll be right back.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
And we're back here. 1:17 to play. This will be for a ticket to the championship game tomorrow night against the Crawford County Wolfpack. They were victorious in game 1 tonight. They kind of just squeaked out a win, but a win to win at this point. Crawford County was victorious over Clarksville in a really tight game. Now that game, I guess that game had gone into overtime during the season, and Crawford was able to pull that one out by 2, I think. Again, kind of the same atmosphere in this game. Eastern up by 13. On the inbound, Burton's going to find Avery Smith. She might have had the long ball. Gets up to Horner. Horner down the sideline to Burton. They're going to get, it's going to be Dugersing on a foul. And these Providence girls are so quick. They put pressure on you right away, but they are still trying to foul to see if they can't extend the life of this game. That's going to send Sydney Burton back to the line for two. In what has been a raucous gym, have gotten a little bit quieter. Jamila Carrillo is going to check into the game. That was Riley Neal that just checked out. Burton go to the line for her second. She missed her first free throw. She hasn't missed too many tonight. Second one is up, and it is good. Kemp coming the other way. Being guarded by Addie. High ball screen. Free throw jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Burton. And Burton's going to get fouled again. I think Burton's going to just live at the free throw line for the remainder of this game. That foul's going to be on Pierce, her third. One of those things in the scorebook, it always looks deceiving because Providence got so many fouls, but that's just kind of the nature of this fourth quarter. Eastern pretty much just kind of put a stall on for the most of the quarter, and Providence had to start fouling right away, and their fouls are racking up. Burton's first free throw is good. And Providence, it looks like they're going to put in their underclassmen. They're going to put in, it looks like Mendez, number 10, number 5, McKenna Pendleton, number 22, Bailey Schneider. They're going to give those girls a round of applause. I know they've played a tough schedule. They've even got ranked in the top 15 there at the end of the year. And it looks like Eastern is going to do the same thing. They're going to put in all of their clubs for a huge round of applause for this senior group. I know especially for Addie and Avery, they did play in Providence the first 2 years of their career, and they transferred here as sophomores with our athletic director. So I'm sure it's bittersweet there for them. Burton misses. It's going to be Sterrett's going to get the rebound. Into the game right now, it's going to be Allie and Ashton Hangsmeyer, Sydney Burton, Bailey Trainer, and Eliza Sterrett. It looked like Bonner was trying to check in, but Burton was at the free throw line. They get the ball into Burton. They're going to call a timeout just so they can sub in. They're going to get Sydney Burton there for a well-deserved round of applause. Just a fantastic game for Sydney Burton. Ball inbound. It's going to be inside of 30 seconds. Eastern with a 15-point advantage. It's going to be Sterrett holding the ball there at half court. It's going to be about the Trainer. 25 seconds. Sterrett's going to try to drive. She's going to get it to Ashton Johannesmeyer. Out to Allie Johannesmeyer. Back to Sterrett. Top of the key. 15 seconds. Sterrett's going to hand off to Allie. Back to Eliza. Inside of 10 seconds. Over to Trainer, and that looks like it's going to do it. And that is going to be the ball game. Final score, Lady Musketeers 48 on top of the Providence Pioneers at 33. Again, just a fantastic ball game. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with a couple thoughts on this game.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium, and we're ready for the starting lineup for tonight's big game. The crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. The team is coming onto the court. Here comes the quarter pounder with cheese, along with the spicy McCrispy and the McDouble. And starting at center tonight will be the Big Mac. And ready to come into the game at any time is the play of fish. Look on the sideline, folks. We have chicken nuggets cheering along with the golden delicious fries. They're hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into McDonald's in Salem, West Baden, and Mitchell before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink and that one-of-a-kind Mickey D's sweet tea. Or hot or cold coffee drinks from the McCafe. Order inside or drive through now with the 2 lanes and use the mobile app for great deals. And get your food delivered at home or at the curbside. You can order at halftime and enjoy that one-of-a-kind taste without missing the next play. Set a pick and roll on into McDonald's today. You'll be loving it too. Drive-thru open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And don't forget to catch WSLM's Coach's Corner live at McDonald's in Salem on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. I'm loving it. This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana.
It's Caleb again with John Jones Auto Group. 2026 is here, and with a new year comes a new you. New goals, new plans, and maybe a new ride. At John Jones Auto Group, we believe the vehicle you drive should match where you're headed next. Whether that's a dependable truck, a family SUV, or something that just makes getting behind the wheel feel exciting again. We're proud to serve Southern Indiana with locations in Salem, Scottsburg, Gordon, and Greenville. Make 2026 the year of the new you with a new ride from John Jones Auto Group. You see so many because they paid so little.
And we're back here at Eastern High School, Sectional 46. The championship lineup is going to be between your Eastern Musketeers are going to be playing up against Crawford County. Eastern victorious over the Providence Pioneers tonight, 48-33. And again, not the game that I was expecting. I kind of knew that we were going to have to control the inside, and I did not know that Sydney Burton was going to end up with 23 points. I do not know what her rebounding stat was. I can't keep track of all that, but just had a phenomenon. 13 of 17 from the line in that fourth quarter. As a team, we absolutely put it away. Hitting 14 of 20 free throws in that fourth quarter, getting line 20 times in a quarter where, as we began to stall and run that clock off, Providence only resorted to being able to foul. The only thing they could do, East were able to take care of business. So some thoughts for the game. Jada Kemp ended up with 12, just 3 in that first half, ended up 9 in the second half. Camden Pierce with 9. Kaler had 2. Theobald with 4. Duger Singh with 2, and then Jamila Perillo with 4. Just really no answer for the post play of Eastern tonight. Just Eastern really controlled the glass, controlled the offensive boards, controlled the defensive glass inside. Really just Providence just didn't have an answer for that. And their quickness and their pressure caused a lot of turnovers. I don't have those numbers. I'm sure Coach Drury's not happy with the turnover count there, but again, really able to take care of business inside. For the Musketeers, Bailey Trainer with 3. Sydney Burton, I've got her down for 23. Addie Smith with 4. Katie Horner with 5. Avery Smith with 6, and then Bailey Robbins with 7. And I think one of those silent things that goes unsaid was Addie Smith was tasked with seeing if she could shut down Jada with Jada Kemp. And man, did she do a fantastic job. Just every single possession, just in position, making Jada have to make plays that were just incredibly tough. Again, just several times Jada's driving in, and maybe it's one of those things where she's gotten that call throughout the year, but in the sectional play they don't give that to her. Really kind of got her frustrated. You can see her talking to the official over and over and over and over again, not liking the fact that she's not getting that call. I can tell you as an official, we hate that crap. There's one thing about asking a question and another dude just complaining, but again, hats off to Addie Smith and the job that she was able to do. They even Burton had Kemp there for a while here in that first half. I really just took her out of rhythm pretty much from the get-go, and really that whole first half, taking a 21-16 lead in that first half, which was just so chaotic and just up and down and a little sloppy at times, a little just kind of all over the place. Second half really settled in and really just got the job done from the free throw line. Eastern it's not been one of those things that we've just prided ourselves in all year. But tonight, really, it may be the difference of the game. I'm looking like 20, 24. I've got almost 30 points, 30 of our 48, so almost half our points coming from the line. And that's really just from attacking the basket. And our bigs attacking the basket, our guards attacking the basket, and really just forcing the contact against a much, much smaller team. again, Eastern just getting the job done, seeing that there was the opportunity to take that advantage and able to get it done tonight. So again, hats off to Coach Drury and the Eastern Musketeers. They will go up against Crawford County.
Well,
What? What happened?
doesn't matter now. I mean,
There you go.